Climate change has really been affecting farming lately. During the major season, we experience a whole lot of challenges with regards to rainfall. There was a long dry spell that even for about 2 months there was no rains for crops, to use in terms of the crops growth. And in the minor season, crops were going to do fine, but we really didn't think of how we are going to mitigate that challenge in terms of rainfall again. Now here we are again in the minor season, and then for about 1.5 months now, the whole of November, there hasn't been any rainfall. But even in the latter part of October, for about 3 to 2 weeks to the end of October, there was no rains. And the whole of November too, there hasn't been any rainfall. And now we are in December. And looking at this trend with regards to rainfall, and then the climate now that is really affecting agriculture in Ghana here. And it might not be in all parts of the country. There are certain parts of the country that are receiving rainfall, and some parts are also not receiving rainfall, which is really going to affect production. Now, always we speak about we making agriculture sustainable and then ensuring food security in the country. But what are we doing about it? What are we doing to ensure the sustainability of agriculture, the sustainability, and then the insurance of food security in the country? Sometimes we just talk about this and then we leave things to be just the way it is. Sometimes I say that it is farmers, we have to change our mind, change our attitudes, and then forget about sometimes we putting our eggs in the government frying pan to fry them for us. It is sometimes the government has a lot of on their plate, and then we as farmers, we have to step up and then sometimes take what we are doing very serious, and then take some steps to cope with situations around us, the environmental situations, climate, and then a whole lot of things with regards to the work that we are doing. We have to see what we are doing as a business, and then find ways and means to face any challenges, any ways that comes our way. One thing that we've been facing a lot, apart from pests and diseases, is rainfall. Rainfall is one of the big challenges when we plant and then it doesn't rain. So what is the way forward? My name is Samuel. This is Farm with Samuel. Just do well to subscribe to Farm with Samuel on YouTube and follow me on Facebook at Joe Samuel Agriculturist and on all other social media platforms. What I'm talking about, or what I want to draw your mind to, is how best as farmers, we can draw plans to face the challenges of climate change. Climate change and its effects is really affecting agriculture in the country, and sometimes as farmers we seem to turn a deaf ear to it, knowing definitely that the pattern of rainfall in the country now has really changed. Times that we expect rains to come, the rains are not coming. Times that we don't expect rains to come, the rains comes, and sometimes our crops get destroyed. During the time of harvest, crops get rotten, most especially vegetables like tomatoes. When it's time to harvest and then it's raining heavily, these crops get to destroy. But what I want to draw your minds to is that it's about time that we really don't depend much on government to do a lot of things for us. You know, um, it's not only farming in the country that, or it's not only agriculture in the country that government has to, um, put their hands on. There are a lot of activities in the country on the government place that the government is, doing. But in as much as the government want to do its part to help agriculture or to boost production on the side of agriculture, as farmers, what are we also doing um, to, take care of these situations when it happens on our fields? I want to draw our attention to the fact that now agriculture has grown to the extent that the dependence on rainfall is becoming, a hindrance to agriculture. What I want to try to say is we have to move a step forward from the dependence of rainfall. Now we have to think outside the box. What are we going to do when the rains are not coming? Irrigation is the best solution now. Now, if you want to go into agriculture, I mean, I mostly say to our commercial farmers that we have to leave the dependence on rainfall for the small scale farmers, someone who is cultivating an acre of a land, half an acre, sometimes even quarter of an acre. Those are the farmers that, I mean, can depend on rainfall. Sometimes they might not have the financial muscle to take up these irrigation systems on their farm. But if you are a commercial farmer and you are cultivating more than 100 hectares, some are even going as far as 1,000. And if you are a commercial farmer and you are doing that and you don't think of irrigation on your farm, it means that what you are doing might be in vain when rain stop, at a point in time. So I just want to put this across for farmers to know, and then put it at the back of our minds that now farming is a business. Those that are even in the formal sector are even now drawing down, coming to the bushes to farm. Now it has become a business that the big people are now venturing into agriculture. So if we are just going to rely on rainfall to produce, how are we going to sustain agriculture? How are we going to make agriculture sustainable? How are we going to ensure food security? Now this year, during the major seasons, we had fall short in the production of a lot of cereals and then legumes. Now during this minor season too, it's going to happen again because rains are not coming, rains are not falling. We are depending on rains to come, but for about 1.5 months now, it hasn't rained. Where are we going to get the food to ensure food security? How are we going to ensure that there is food in the country to even keep us going till the next year? Unless still we do the importation, and this is not good. So we just have to step up, think outside the dependence of rainfall, and then make the farming business, as important as other business that we do. Let's invest into the agriculture business that we are doing. As I said, if you're a commercial farmer and you want to, produce, let's say, maize, and you are thinking of depending on the rainfall, and it stops, it's going to be a problem. Imagine if you have 1,000 acres, 1,000 hectares of maize, and rains just stop at a point in time that your crops are tasseling, and you will see how this is going to, be bad on your field. So I just want to encourage us to take our farming serious, and then you know let's understand that the way forward towards our dependence on rainfall should be irrigation. This is something that we as farmers we have to do. I know that most of our farmers don't have the farmlands. I mean, the ownership of the farmlands. Sometimes some of us are renting um, from the actual owners. Some of us are also working on the government lands. But those of us that we own farms, we own farmlands, we have to ensure that we put measures in place to mitigate the climate change and its effect that is really affecting agriculture. There are some farmlands that are really destroying. I mean, if rains has not come for about a month and a half now, you can see some farmlands that is really being affected by this rainfall. So I just want to encourage you to take your farming business serious and then put in place measures that is really going to mitigate climate change and its effects on agriculture. And with this, we are going to make agriculture sustainable and then ensure food security in the country. My name is Samuel. Just do well to subscribe to Farm with Samuel on YouTube and follow me on Facebook at Joe Samuel Agriculturist. Just join us. Let us plant today and harvest tomorrow. This is Farm with Samuel.